Welcome again to the Church of the Nativity in Bethlehem. Today I'm with a group of 28 people. Martin is our local Palestinian tour guide. You see the police next to him, ask him how many we are and from where. It's a beautiful day. It's hot, but not so hot, not so humid. And the 4th of July, then happy 4th of July, my American friend. The church, it looks like a fortress. And it is a fortress. Most of the things that you see here is from the Crusade time, is divided into three. Armenian, Greek Catholic, Greek Orthodox, sorry, and Catholic. According to the parking lot, I was the only bus here, and I don't know if you can see, far away there are two skyscrapers. This is Jerusalem. Now we can see it better. This is Jerusalem. Then we are very close to Jerusalem. There are three main doors that tells you the story of the church. The upper part is the door from the 6th century, and this is the church is from the 6th century. It's been destroyed by the Samaritan. But beside that, it exists from the 6th century as it was. The other entrance is from the Crusade time, and we are entering from the small entrance from the Ottoman time.
But I was experimenting with alcohol and
Let us
and kind of discovered the same thing.
enter. We don't need to see all that. Here we are entering to the nave.
Oldest church in the Holy Land that was built for the first time in 325 AD by the time of Queen Helena, the mother of Emperor Constantine, when she built up the first rectangular church that was surrounded the cave of birth. And she decided that this is the cave of birth according to our Christian tradition, and according to that she marked the Star of Bethlehem as the birthplace of Jesus. So that used to be the Star of Bethlehem that we're going to see down there, which is the 14-point star. So that's basically the cave of birth, and they built the first church over it. That church was destroyed in 529 by Samaritans, that it used to be a revolt against Christians. So it was destroyed, covered with dust somehow, covering lots of things, until another emperor came here called Justinian. He built up the existing church in 540 AD. From 540 till today, no one destroyed it, and that's why it's the oldest church in the Holy Land. And that's what makes it the oldest active church in the city of Bethlehem, that it's still existing how it is. We can imagine the way how they built it in that way. Even the pillars that we got around us here with no CNC machines back then, with same color, same size, and same everything. And that's the beauty of being in these kind of places as a historical site. If we return back to the history of this place. The layout of this church, it's looked like a big cross, as you can see here, into the roof. So it's left, right up, in the middle is altar of Nativity. Down there, underneath is the cave of birth, that you're going to visit the cave of birth. Anything used to be remodeled by time. So if you look into the upper level down here, into this part, that you can see there is the gold-plated mosaics that return back to the time of the Crusaders. And only a few years ago we noticed that it's a gold-plated. Before that it used to be brown, black and green. The church were using oil lamps, and it's, as you know, with time, long time they're using this, it's smoky. So it used to convert everything into dark color, and that's why we couldn't recognize how nice it is. Italians, they came here in a huge project in 2016. In 2014, they start renovating the roof, which is a cedar wood. That's a donation from King Edward IV, continuing down to the mosaics, the pillars, and they recover the paints over the pillars. As you can see, we have 44 Corinthian pillars, 20 of them got iconic paints by the time of the Crusaders as well, that it's well recovered. So if you Google some old photos, you're going to see that this church, the pillars used to be almost into brown black, and then into the upper level.
Or the ancient videos that we took together.
Yeah, there's a lot of these videos that shows the old one. How it used to be, like it's not that appears dark. We couldn't see the beauty of this church. Even the gold-plated things is not that shiny, and that's according to what we have in here. Before we get down to the cave, I'd like to show you part of the original mosaics that return back to 325, which is in here. So this is the original mosaics that are turning back to 325 by the time of Queen Helena. So how we get to know that this is from that time? Because I'm telling you this, right? That's right.
But it is.
Yes, it is. So there's some signs according to the color and the design. As you can see, there's crosses around here, and that's part of how it used to be legal to put these kind of things. It was very common to have crosses and signs into the floor, but after Saint Theodosius II, he made it forbidden to put these kind of holy signs into the floor because we're gonna step and walk over it. So that's according to this part in here. So that's according to the old mosaics that you can see it over here. We can go down to see the original, the cave of birth. So I'd like to show you the cave of birth, and then we're going to continue from the other side.
True. Then we are leaving now the Greek Orthodox nave, heading to the grotto to see where Jesus was born. Again, Martin is amazing. I think you can understand it. And if you want to have a Palestinian tour guide, he is the one. And there's excellent tour guides, but he's very good.
No problem. Guys, we're about to get down to the cave of birth. So basically, or in your imagination, it goes for wooden stable, right? Most of you, I believe. But in fact, it's a cave that used to be as a stable. So that's why we're getting down to the cave. 2,000 years ago, people, they're using lots of caves, limestone caves, and that's according to our city and our nature around here, that they're using limestone even nowadays for our buildings. So basically, cave. Part of it for living, part of it as stables, storerooms, or whatever. And that's the way how people were living like 2,000 years ago to save their money. So that's why that used to be as a stable. We're getting down as a 14 steps, which is nowadays it's an indoor. Before 2,000 years ago, it used to be an outdoor, open fields. That used to be inside the city of Bethlehem. So that's the difference in between now and 2,000 years ago. So as we get down, we're going to see two main things. The first thing is the Star of Bethlehem. Laid on the floor, that's the 14-point star, symbolizing the birth of Jesus. And that's marked by Queen Helena. Okay, you can kneel down, touch it for a blessing, you can take your photos. And then into the opposite of that, we're going to see the place of the Holy Manger that used to be located over there. So that's the second thing that you're gonna see over this place. So you guys are lucky. Usually it's like long time to be in here, and even it's pushy all the way. So now we can get down alone, you can take your photos, and we can look around what you
Just before we are leaving that place and heading to see the manger and the birthplace, remember the only smiling Mary? Here it is.
Yeah, the Lady of Bethlehem.
Yeah, the Lady of Bethlehem.
I'm sure that you have seen the one in Jerusalem, the Lady of Jerusalem.
No, not really this time. No, I didn't. Well, we saw it. Mary with a
famous.
spear in the heart.
Smiling, having her son in Bethlehem, Jerusalem, sad, crying, lost her son. So we're getting down. Please watch your step as there's some slippery things around. Be careful.
Եվ հանձնարար Քրիստոսի հայրը լինելու բանը։ Եվ ոչ կյանք դարձել եւ ուշադրին է ոսեպի մասին անդադի շտապում, բայց ամոչի չի ասում ոսեպը։ Սա ասած ոսեպը։ Նա ամբողջ կյանք ինչպես իր կերպարն էր ի սկզբանե, այդպես էլ մնաց, որոնք եղավ Քրիստոսի որպես հայր եւ մեջացրեց նրան։ Եվ նա էր որ Քրիստոսի մասին մասնության ով էր։ Արմենիան։ Այդագործ, նա հայրը եւ նա ինձ տվեց մի քիչ էս
I don't want only to take a picture of it, I want you to touch it.
You can kneel down, touch it for a blessing if you'd like to. You can feel the spirit of that place, especially as being.
This is where Jesus was born.
People from all over the birth. It's kind of like dream to be here. So all the songs that you have heard in our Christmas started from this place. And part of the midnight mass, 24 here, part of it. So we come as a procession here. We get baby Jesus moving back to the Catholic Church that we're going to see it off. So you can kneel down, touch it for blessing. Be sure that you have seen down there is the manger, the place where Jesus lived.
That's a manger. And that's the three kings, three mages, altar. Then we enter through the Greek Orthodox part, and we are leaving the grotto from the Armenian part. This is the Armenian chapel of the Church of the Nativity. You got a video?
No,
I sent it to you.
you sent it, but I didn't find it.
No, I sent it at the beginning. I sent you by a mistake.
So here is a Catholic, Orthodox.
This is. He will explain you. This is the Armenian chapel.
Been here yesterday, so you have to
Yeah, he knows everything.
Who's gonna pin you or him?
And this is the Greek Orthodox. I must tell you something. That man is doing it for the second time. Yesterday, he didn't enter to the grotto. It was closed. Then who is lucky? We are. You're lucky. Breezy and nice. Ah, look how beautiful it is. I think you can start to talk about what you see here.
Yeah, we're just waiting the last 2 or 3. Okay guys, if you come closer, so basically we enter the cave, exiting through here, so we are in the exit parts, and
Entrance,
basically
exit.
this little app here, the left app is the Armenian part. And you can see there's the Armenian altar that appears over here, and the Armenian, they have their own processions during the day, which is controlled by this part. So soon they're gonna have the one here, so they're gonna block the way to get into the cave of birth, and that means very good in time as being into this cave. This church is divided in between somehow the 3 main denominations in the city of Bethlehem. The Greek Orthodox in the middle, which is the iconostasios. As you can see, the holy altar of the Greek Orthodox.
Shukran.
Left here is the Armenian, and the church next door is the Catholic Church, which is basically my church. So you're gonna see that, the place where we celebrate our midnight mass in Christmas, the 24th. So now we're going to see the next part, which is the new church. If we compare to this one.
Yeah, you can go. I will wait for the last one. All right. Then let's continue, please. All right. Then we are leaving now the Catholic, the Greek Armenian chapel. And going straight to the Catholic part, which last video that I took was closed. We will be there later on. Yes. Then this is the Catholic Church, and if you're watching Christmas Mass, it's from here. Well, I'm not sure that I took a video of it, then I will show it to you again. This is the Catholic Church of Santa Catarina, and this is the such an important place because you know it if you are watching the Christmas Mass on your TV live. This is from that church. I mean, it's from here. And until we are going to show you the other side of the grotto, the Catholic part, if you want to subscribe my channel, I will be more than happy. Then please do that. If you want to support me, support that channel, I will be happy too. Then at the description you will find Buy Me a Coffee link or PayPal, and you can do it through there. And if you won't find it, send me a message and I will send you the link for it. Thank you for that. We actually saw the manger at the grotto, but it's not the original one. The original one was taken to Rome, and Santa Maria Maggiore Church, beautiful place, but they brought us a piece of it, and it's right there, piece of the original manger. And now when we know it, let's walk down. Look at the organ. To the grotto, which is the other side of the Greek Orthodox grotto that we saw. This is the second part. They actually cut it into two pieces. Martin is our tour guide, and I will leave his telephone number at the description too. A little bit noisy, but you can see the innocent children tombs here, and there. And here is when the angel came to Saint Joseph and say, "Run away. King Herod is looking for you. Go straight to Egypt." Oh, it's crowded here. Just to show you where we were, then first of all you can see St. Joseph. I know that it's a little bit noisy now. St. Joseph Chapel. And that path is leading to a door. If you will open the door, you will reach the Greek Orthodox grotto, the same place that we visit. And let me show you the door. Sadly, it's closed because of so many reasons. I'm not going into it. But if you will open it, you will enter straight to the grotto from the other side. Let me show you where Saint Jerome, the one who wrote the Vulgata, the one who translated the Bible. Then it's right there, too crowded for me. But that is where he translated the Bible. His tomb was here, but it's empty now. They took him with them to, as I believe, Rome. And those are the two nuns who built here a nunnery and forced St. Jerome to translate the Bible, the Vulgata, the one that we know. Now we are going back from the Catholic grotto straight back to the St. Catarina Church. And let's go outside St. Catarina Church. This time, both grottos were open for us. I'm happy because in the last videos it wasn't like that. And look how beautiful is that square. You can see the facade of the church. And then from St. Jerome Yard Square, outside Santa Catarina Church, we are heading to see St. George. Guys, my family, let's stop here. Now we can see how it looks like without the hat.
Shiny.
Shiny.
Yeah, friends, probably we're all here. Guys, we're standing here in front of the statue of St. George. He's a patron saint of England, Georgia, Armenia, and Estonia. For us, he's a protector and a savior. He used to live around 252 AD when the Roman Emperor asked him to be Christian. He refused. He was killed twice, and according to miracle, Jesus brought him back to life. And then he was cutting into pieces, and then he spread all over the empire. So basically, we believe that he saved minorities back then. And that's why the city of Bethlehem is believing a lot in St. George. So St. George Monastery is not here. It's in a city called Lod, which is basically from when you came from your airport to Jerusalem. You passed
Remember? Yeah, we saw it early morning.
So that's where is the monastery. On the 23rd of May, we have the Day of St. George. People from all over the Holy Land, we go there celebrating that with the Mass, and then after that meeting the local community there, which is pretty nice. This statue here since 1926. It's a donation from local Christian families. They bring it to the city of Bethlehem, and they import it from Italy. So it's here, and that's why it's still here. Good. Any questions before leaving back to our bus? We fine? Because at the end of the tour we got to prison.
All right, I know that you're tired. You don't have time for that.
Where can we buy souvenirs?
Yeah, we're going now. Then we will go to the parking. We're going to the parking place, and then we will have time for that as well. Then let's continue. Then the next meeting place will be at the parking place for tourist buses. If you got lost, we might be there, and you're taking us to Johnny's. Then if you won't find us there, there's only one Johnny. Yes, I know. Johnny Souvenir Shop. Don't get lost. Easier. Now let's go.
Yeah, let's stick together.
I can hear the bells. Can hear the bells. Then don't forget to subscribe my channel. And we enter from the Greek Orthodox. We are leaving from the Catholic part.
Nosso ônibus pequeno deixou. Vamos subir todos no ônibus. 5 pessoas vão ficar paradas, mas
And I must say thank you, Martin, for guiding us here. And again, if you want him, he's a car racer, one of the best in Palestine. And you will have the telephone number of his in that video. I'm sure that you remember that facade. And then see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.